We've been undefeated in the league since last episode, and I'm sure we're going to ruin that by facing top of the table and 2 times winners in a row, Newcastle United. And we face Celtic in the Champions League. It's very Champions League-y playing Celtic. And I feel it is, because that's sort of about the time when I sort of got into football, about year 2000. Very Champions League with Celtic. Anyway, we weren't playing Oldham back then, but hopefully we can get something over the Scots today. Hey guys, Woody here. Welcome back. Episode 58 of Oldham to Ohm. And yes, we are 9th in the Premier League, and it is our horror run of fixtures in December. We are up to the 8th of December, and we've already played 2 games already, and we still have another 3, 6, 7 to go. So 9 games in December is hectic. But before we really get into the meat of this video, if you are not subscribed to this channel and you are watching, if you could, it would mean a lot to me. Smash that like button as well. It helps push the video out to more people. Chuck a comment down there as well. We've got a youth intake coming up soon. Let me know if you want to have one of those youth players as your name. I mean, as it stands, we have excellent junior coaching, 19 youth recruitment and 16 youth facilities. So we're probably going to have some good kids come through, hopefully. Anyway, the last time you saw us was 2-1 over Nottingham Forest. We then lost to Arsenal. We lost to Arsenal 2-1 in the Carabao Cup. Drew 1-0 with Man City in the league, which we were cruising in this game, looking good, and then they hit back through Julian Alves, and then Bernardo Silva missed a penalty. It says missed. Lucas Bergstrom saved it, so really happy with that one. We lost 2-1 to Benfica. They got some revenge on our Europa League win. Solid 2-1 win over QPR, double for Heze there, friendly against Glossop. We battered Southampton 6-0. This was a bizarre game. It was so strange because we were about the same in the table, and I was like, this is going to be a pretty tight game. And before I know it, we're like 1-0 up, and then 2-0 up at halftime. I was like, this is looking pretty good. Brishbull goes off injured after halftime. Rene Galvez comes on, scores a hat-trick, and oh my God, I don't know. A good 3-2 win over Nice. I say good, we were 3-0 up at halftime and then kind of took our foot off the pedal. 0-0 draw with Brighton, which came literally 2 days after that November game, so we were pretty tired, but lucky to get a 0-0 draw there. And then a good 2-0 win over West Ham as well. So we're looking really good in the league. Our last loss in the league was that Wolves game back in October. So we have been looking really good. We're 9th at the moment. We do play top of the table Newcastle, who are looking very good. 2 losses against Spurs and Villa. Just a dog adjusting herself in a beanbag is that noise in the background, if you can hear that. Hoping to get something out of the Newcastle game today. Very unlikely. They've won the Premier League 2 years in a row. We are away at St James's Park as well, so it is going to be tough. We're then going to play Celtic at 25th in the Champions League phase, so I feel like that's a win, and if we can get a win, we might be able, we're going to be close to that top 8. I can't see us getting in because then we play Inter and Dortmund, so it's potential of going through to the knockouts, and then do we go to Europa League? I'm not sure how it works, but it'll be a surprise for everyone. Anyway, into the tactics, we've got Bergstrom in goal, Musa, Jimenez, Janacek, Lanz, Krisic, Heze, Barrett, Hasek, Adamida, and Galvez up front. A lot of injuries: Saramento, Richard Foster, Lafitte, Steven Sorensen's coming back, but also as well unavailable. It's just Brucheball. It was a lot more before. We have been hit quite hard through injuries. Benny Couto not making the bench today. Going to keep him for that Celtic game. Right, here is Newcastle. Patchy form. They got Endrick up front, Valverde, Guendouzi. The names there recognised. Here is us in a lot better form actually. So I feel like we can get something out of this. I want to keep in future trying to remember to skip the beginning team talk because 50 odd episodes in, I do the same one all the time, so it's nothing exciting there. I'll still do the halftime team talks occasionally, but you don't need to see that team talk at the beginning of the game. It's the same pretty much all the time. I point the finger, I do what the assistant generally says, and then I do the defenders, midfielders and attackers. Excess time we don't need anymore. It is Lansdowne with a throw-in. It goes long, but it is headed away by a Newcastle player. Heze tries to get a through ball there to Barrett, but we manage to regain possession. And Krisic and Hasek. Have they got Allison in goal? Oh my God. I mean, that's a great clearance off the line, but I didn't even... You've got Allison. When? We just bought him this season. In January. What? No, not in January, because we haven't had that yet. Just as the transfer window shut. So weird. So weird. Who's Liverpool's goalkeeper? This guy. Okay, when did they buy him? Sorry, going down a bit of a wormhole. So they bought him from Sassuolo. Interesting. Very interesting. There's that man, Allison now, coming out for the back for Newcastle. Valverde over the top there, lands, making a good tackle, but we lose it. Not going to say that guy's name. Isak, I can say that name. That's nice and easy. Guendouzi. Hendrick, carrying a bit of an injury, finds Gibbons out here on the left. They play it back into the middle, and Valverde has a pop, but he's denied by Bergstrom as they've won a corner, I'm assuming. Hendrick, because that's the man you want taking corners. Anyway, headed away. Bassi now. There's a good challenge there. Can't quite get away with it. The ball goes out. Guendouzi on the ball now for Newcastle as they are probing for a goal here. Just before half time. It's a good 9 minutes. This doesn't look good, but it is cleared away. We are scrambling quite well today, I think, but hopefully, I'm going to say Newcastle aren't quite on it today, which is good. As Bergstrom now finds Jimenez. Janusek forward to the captain Heze. Across to Krisic, both occupying that Segunde Volante role. Krisic, Heze, Hasek dropping deep from that shadow striker. First touch a little bit too heavy, and Valverde snaps at it. Isak now probing forward, and quite a tame shot in the end. There is half-time. Pretty quiet, to be honest. I feel like we've had the best chances. 2 shots on target, but higher XG. Newcastle, 2 shots on target, but lower XG. Possession pretty equal, more possession. Passes completed, sorry. Possession is more going towards them, I think. I just said I was happy with the performance. Am I? I guess I am. We're not losing. We've looked okay. And that is why you never ever tell your team that you are happy with their performance. I just wasn't thinking, and I just clicked. And with like 10 bloody seconds. Oh my God. He's offside. He's offside, isn't he? Yeah. You can tell because the referee, I'm pretty sure the tell is that the referee, when it's not offside, he runs back to the centre circle, but when he's offside, he runs towards the goal. Cannot believe we gave that goal up. I don't know what's happened there. Which is a shot of the Newcastle, of Allison just standing out. While Newcastle go to take a corner. Very bizarre. Lands now. Janusek, who had his goal disallowed. Alameda now. Fantastic. The highlight there. Janusek with a free kick now. Heze finds Hasek. Hasek goes back to Jimenez. Jimenez going all the way back to Bergstrom. Finds Janusek. Not being pressed too high here by Newcastle. Janusek lands Krisic. Lands again. Can he link up with Alameda? He doesn't need him. He goes on his own. A bit of a deflection there. And Allison makes a huge dive. And I feel like with a bit of luck we score then. But we just couldn't quite get it over the line. Right. Substitutions, I think. Tim Barrett not looking too good. I'm going to take him off the cakey. Arcee He's going to go, and are we going to play RC up front? I'll play Animita up front. Probably a bit better up front. Heze is hampered by an injury. That's not good. We'll bring Bellingham on. And we might just leave it with the 3 there so far. I think. No. Going to do a central defender one there at the end. So 4 substitutions. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it can just galvanise us a bit. We're not out of this. 1-0 down. I don't think we're out of it. Newcastle scoring now. Yeah, there you go. There was 4 Newcastle players there on the 1 Oldham player. 4. This is frustrating because Newcastle, I mean, I shouldn't be too annoyed because they are like the best team in the league, but they literally scored right after half-time and right after I made substitutions. So literally, as I've looked to change the game some way, whether it's team talk or whatever that may be, Newcastle have gone and changed the game. And we looked good at half-time. We looked good. We were in this game. Maybe we can peg one back. Adamita pegs one back. 6 goals a season from him. Get on him. All right. We're not out of this yet. We'll encourage the boys and a draw. Ooh. And there is full time. And look at that. XG of 0.66 and we have an XG of 1.87. The scoreline should be 2-1 to us. I am having some concerns over Lucas Bergstrom. He says that now as he's averaging over 7 and he's literally just conceding a tick over 1 goal a game in the league. So maybe... Wait, what happened here? I was like, that's weird. He never went on loan to all these clubs in France. So strange. Now, I never understand this. So this is the early assessment of our youth intake. It's a good intake. We should be really optimistic about this group of young players. We lack quality in goal, no fullbacks. One of our wingers is a handy prospect. We appear short up front, D's and E's. But it's a good intake. It's so weird. It does this and then you I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if yours goes like that because I don't know anymore. Anyway, a couple of changes here. Kuto coming in at left back. Lenz is going to move up there and push Ida up front. Krizik and Signoni, Barrett, Hasek, and Adam Ida up front. Got 3 half-injured players on the bench because, yeah, we just can't fit them all in. Hopefully, I'm hoping we've got enough to beat Celtic today. Oh, we're fired up now. We are so fired up for that. Let's encourage the boys. We definitely need a win here to stay up and around here. There's Kuto with the corner. Whips it in. Headed away. Musa. And Matteo Signoni. Scottish through and through. Matteo Signoni. Keeper goes long. Straight to Musa. Musa now. Down this right-hand side. Over the top. It's out. It's Benny Kuto having a pop. Benny Kuto. Oh, he turns up every now and then and puts in an absolute thumping goal like that. Musa's cross is a wild one. Lands gets it, bobbles control, and Benny Kuto goes, yeah, I'm just going to have this, eh? The goalkeeper gets a little hand to it, but it is not enough, and it goes in the back of the net. Like, I like to think we've given a good account of ourselves in the Champions League. Played 6 games and 11 points. Jimenez has just scored again. Barrett free kick. Let's look at this again. Here we go. Barrett and Jimenez. Bushka. I mean, I think we've given a good account of ourselves. 6 games, 11 points. Just under 2 points a game. That's pretty good. As Landons breaks down the left here. and finds Adam Eder, but how is that not a foul? Signori, Jimenez, the goal scorer, Janusek, Krisic, going long, Adam Eder. I was about to say Adam Eder doesn't miss from here, but apparently sometimes he does. Lands now. I say combining with Kuto, but the highlight ends. It's comforting to know that we are actually doing better than Newcastle, who only have 10 points from their 6 games, although they could have 2 easy fixtures left where we play Inter, who are in 12th, and Dortmund, who are in 8th. They are going to be tough. I did that thing and said I'm happy again. I shouldn't do that. We should be okay. We should be okay this time. Then I look to make some early changes. Yes, it's early, but we are 2-0 up, and we play Bournemouth in like 2 days' time. So Krisic is going to come off for Heze. Lenz is tired, so Sarmiento coming back from injury. He's going to go out on that left. Anyone else? I'll probably play Bruss. I think I'm happy to rotate the defenders for that one. Lenz can probably play, so we can tire Kuto out. We'll have Krisic. Probably actually need to take off Signori, and we might have to do something here. So we're going to Chukwuemeka for Hesek because he's not playing well either. And we'll just go with that for the moment. And then it may be those... I didn't press confirm. And then it may be looking at like Barrett and Eder, I think, is the next 2 to come off. Eder now over the top to Barrett. 1 more goal and those guys will definitely come off. Chukwuemeka bobbles around, can't get the shot away. And Celtic now looking to counter. Looking good here. And Tuna Heze breaks the play up, but we lose control and they have a shot. And Bino Gittins heads over the bar. We haven't scored another goal, but there are some tired players out there. I'm not going to take Barrett off because we'll give Keiki a game. But I'm going to bring Sorensen on for Eder as he is looking a bit tired, and we've got some legs. Jimenez played well, so we might bring on Robson Brown for a little bit of a rare cameo from the young Englishman. It is Musa on the ball now. Barrett, he can put in I was going to say he's very good at getting in lovely crosses like that to someone. Usually Bruce Ball to tap that in to the back of the net. But this time to no avail as Benny Kuto on the ball now. Sarmiento, Heze. Benny Kuto again. Goes back to Janusek. Some tired players out there. Signori. Chukwuemeka, Sarmiento, great ball to Sorensen, back from injury. Good to have him back. Chukwuemeka shoots and smashes off the crossbar. We've got a corner. Barrett whips it in. It is Brown. It is Robson Brown with his first goal for Oldham. Get in, the youngster. Good to see. Memorable moment. First goal, Champions League. Yes. Barrett, good corner. Brown. Gotta love those big centre-backs. Gotta love them. Celtic now well and truly out of this game. Camelo, Heze, Brown, the goal scorer, goes over the top, finds Sorensen. Is it going to be 4? Oh, Barrett makes it 4. It is Oldham 4, Celtic 0, and an absolute pumping here at Boundary Park on a cold, wet night. Again? Are we going to... No. I mean, this is going to be good for our goal difference. Excuse me, stifling a yawn there. I was going to say, yeah, it's going to be good for our goal difference if we get a 5th. Not so good if they score, but we'll see. Hesse, Sarmiento. And it is good for these fringe players as well. Barrett, this is where he is so dangerous. There you go. That is where Barrett is. Spot on. He is so good. Getting this ball out wide here. Cutting it back in It's Signori now, who's actually brought down by Benton Kerr, Chukwuemeka smashes that in the back of the net, and it is Oldham 5, Celtic 0, who have capitulated. Absolutely capitulated. Now, this is a strange highlight because the game is over. And why is it an end of game highlight when we're 5-0 up? Is it another goal? It is another goal. Oh my God. This is what happened with the game against Southampton. Like it just clicks. Just clicks. And absolutely devastating. This is Benny Couto. Benny Couto, National League player who starts off in the National League, Benny Couto. And there it is. Wow, we absolutely pumped them. I mean, look at this. It was 2-0. It was 2-0 and we scored 4 goals in 5 minutes. Well done, lads. Well bloody done. Wow, 6 of the best from Oldham. We absolutely pumped them. 2.5 million. Barrett on form. Barrett was amazing. It prefers Barrett to Mbappe. I love it when they do that. We got a couple of players suspended. 42 days is our next game against Inter. And we're away. So we're 11th at the moment. What? It's going to be really tough for us to qualify up in here. Like I said, Inter and Dortmund. I have a feeling both games are away, are they? No, Dortmund's at home. I think we've got to try and target the Dortmund game for a win. It's going to be tough. We've also drawn Sunderland in the FA Cup 3rd round. So that is good. I hate it when the schedule does that on a custom view. Anyway, I'm going to get through all the rest of December, which shouldn't take that too long because the games are literally every couple of days. You saw me play Forest. We might do a bit of a grudge match going with Wolves. Wolves are second. Although, did you see me play Wolves? You have seen me play Wolves in the Super Cup. Maybe it's into Dortmund. Maybe it's a double Champions League game next. Into Dortmund. 1, 2. Oh, did we do it Man United there as well? Oh, I don't know. I am too much on this page. I do apologise. Anyway, guys, if you watched all this way, you're not subscribed. If you could, wouldn't mean a lot to me. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.